Okay, now that we've covered series, progression, alternative, action, manner, comparison, negative, positive, we want to take a look at some examples of verses which use some of those relationships, and how do we begin to identify and differentiate between these relationships. So let's look at Exodus 39:43 as an example of this together. Exodus 39:43. As the Lord had commanded, so they had done it. Then Moses blessed them. As the Lord had commanded, so they had done it. Then Moses blessed them. So first of all, after we've read the passage, we need to begin to identify and break up the specific propositions. So the first proposition, the first verbal assertion is, as the Lord had commanded. As the Lord had commanded. And we see an potential as so construction here. As, ... the Lord had commanded, so they had done it. And this is a second verbal assertion. They had done it, period. Then, potential keyword here, Moses blessed them, which is a third proposition, a third verbal assertion. So let's write it out that way and begin to look at the relationships. As the Lord had commanded, comma, so they had done it, period. Then Moses blessed them. So we have multiple relationships to consider. So where my eye goes first is what we already said, to this as so. So we need to label our proposition so that we can begin to identify this. We have verse 43, A, B, and C. Draw our line, draw an arc over each proposition. And we have this as so contained within one sentence. And so this is a comparison. As the Lord had commanded, so they had done it. It's comparison that uses this as so construction. So I'm going to label this CF. Draw one arc over 43A and B, which is also one sentence, before moving on to the next sentence. And so then what is the relationship, we have to ask, between 43A and B and proposition C, because this forms its own sentence. Then Moses blessed them. Well, the key word that we have here is then, which points us to the relationship of progression. First, as the Lord had done it, so they had, or as the Lord had commanded, so they had done it. Then this progressed to Moses blessing them. So I'm going to label this as a progression. And draw one arc over the top, because the obedience of the peoples, as the Lord had commanded, gives equal weighted contribution to what's happening in this passage as Moses' blessing. The people had done it as the Lord had commanded, and then Moses blessed them. So there's definitely a progression, a stair step from 43AB to C.